Welcome everyone back to the SAP Business by Design supply chain training. So on today's episode, we're going to continue with the advanced inbound delivery process in SAP Business by Design. So in the last episode, we were able to cover the inbound logistics process, but that episode was actually to confirm inbound logistics based on PO. But on today's episode, we're going to be covering the inbound logistics through the inbound logistics notification, a situation where we are going to see how to create inbound logistics notification to track inbound logistics items that are in transit. And we're also going to see how we are going to convert the inbound logistics notification document to a warehouse request. Um, so the warehouse request is a document that is used to notify the warehouse operators about the inbound deliveries that are coming in, probably from your suppliers or from your customers, or if they are consignment goods. And after that, we're going to now work with what we call the task control. So after an inbound logistics document has been raised and a warehouse request document has been raised, so the final document that is going to be raised is actually the task control, where you perform your put away task or you do what we call labeling and other documentation that applies to the delivery for that inbound delivery. Okay, so without wasting much of the time, let's jump into the demo and see how this is done. So I'm going to be logging in as the administrator as usual. And for us to start with the operation, we need to navigate to the inbound logistics work center. And from here, we're going to navigate to the delivery notification. So in the previous episode, we actually worked with the purchase order documents where we had to confirm and post a goods receipt transaction for inbound purchase order. So we on today's episode we are going to broaden the scope of the inbound logistics process by going into details about the inbound delivery notification, the warehouse request, and the task control. And if we are time bound, we are going to work with some of the monitoring aspect and see what the inbound delivery document does. Okay, so in the last episode, when we posted the goods receipt for the purchase order, there are certain documents that were created. So if we navigate to the uh, goods purchase order document and we navigate to the PO ID 928. So select the if we select the drop down button and go to the previous orders, so from the list of orders, we worked on the purchase order 929, which has been completed. You can see the status of the document as completed. So I want us to look at the document flow for this document. So in the document flow, we have this flow of transactions. So from the purchase order to purchase order logistics to inbound delivery and so on. So if I click on the extended view to see the extended version of this, we can see that without creating any of the other documents here, by just posting the goods receipt, the system actually posted the warehouse request, the warehouse order, the inbound delivery, and the warehouse confirmation for the inbound delivery that we worked with in the last episode. So this means that when you perform a goods receipt, when you posted the goods receipt document, automatically the system is going to post other relevant inbound logistics document uh, that belongs to that operation you're performing. And all this operation can actually be assigned to a responsible user, somebody who is tasked to perform this responsibility, like the warehouse operator, for example. They have their work center to perform all these operations. And in this episode, we are going to cover how to do or post all these transactions one after the other, and you're going to have access to maybe train some of the warehouse operations on how to use the system to effectively perform their warehouse operation in the system. All right, so I'm going to close this and let's begin with the inbound delivery notification. So to get started, we need to click on the inbound delivery notification. So this document is meant to notify uh, you and the warehouse team or the warehouse operation team about an inbound delivery of items that are coming from external external company or your suppliers. Okay, to get started, we can see some of the reports in the system, uh, and we can also maybe see some of the transactions that are yet to be completed. Like if we want to perform delivery of, if we have notification of items that have been posted before, we can see the operation. So we can see all delivery notification by selection, inbound delivery notification by party, inconsistent advice delivery, delivery notification, and finished delivery notification, not released delivery notification, and so on. So mind you, the delivery notification, inbound delivery notification can also be subjected to approval. So if you've created some of your deliveries before, you can use some of the action button here to perform the actions that belongs to the delivery, like some uh, delivery notification status that are here. So if I select one of them, I can post a goods receipt directly from here or create a warehouse request or post goods receipt as planned. Okay, so today we're going to create a delivery from supplier by using the supplier delivery notification. So if I click on the new action button, I have three tasks that can be performed here. So supplier delivery notification for delivery notification that are in transit from your supplier, delivery notification that are coming in from your customer. So you use the customer return notification to get the notification from your customer. Then we have custodian goods return notification for custodian goods that are yet to be returned or they are in transit. Okay, what we're doing today is to perform supplier delivery notification. So for all your delivery notification, there are items that are yet to be delivered. So, and we have series of items here. So in the past episode, we've been working with these three items, the HP items. So if you have been following along, these items shouldn't be new. And one of the items we actually uh, divided the delivery. We scheduled the delivery to happen in two different stages. So which is why we have this delivery schedule for the first item. I believe, yeah, we selected the first item as to be scheduled in multiple days. Okay, so I'm going to select the three items. So these are the three items we received a delivery notification for, and using the wizard, we're going to select the next action button. Then the delivery notification document is actually going to pop out, and we need to make sure we fill in some of the delivery notification fields. So the first important field is the delivery notification ID. So I'm going to use IBN 0089. And we're just going to leave other fields in the weight as blank. And so remember, if you want this information to be popped out automatically, you can go to the logistic unit to set the weight and uh, the weight of your items. So items that you want to track their weight and volume, you can do that in the logistic unit work center. Okay, so if this document is subjected to a freight forwarder, or you have a freight forwarder document that you want to post, or a freight transaction with this document, you just need to specify the freight uh, agent. So here I'm not going to go into that. Then we have the list of items that are to be delivered, and from these items you can further add notes to this item, or you can add attachments. Then the business partner details covers the supplier information that are going to deliver. Then you can add the document notes and the document attachment. So the difference between the document note and document attachment is the item notes can be attached to the item, and the attachment that belongs to the item, like the uh, item manual or item documentation or physical receipt and so on, or the physical inbound delivery documents that the supplier sent. Okay, all right. So once we are done with all this, we can check the consistency of the document, and you can see the inbound delivery notification is consistent, and we can click the next button, and the whole document is done, and you can see the review for the document. And the next is to click either finish, or we can click finish and create a warehouse request. So the finish and warehouse request is going to post a warehouse request to notify the warehouse operators about the inbound delivery notification document that has just been posted, to notify the warehouse operations about an inbound uh, logistics transaction that has just been sent to them. So this transaction, this notification can happen from depending on how the organization has structured their department. So this inbound notification can be posted from the procurement department. It can also be processed by the warehouse operations and so on. But it depends on how the organization is being structured. Okay, so here I'm going to click on finish to complete the transaction. Okay, so this is done, and we can close and go back to the inbound delivery notification. So if we refresh now, so it, um, so the document we just posted is this, and we can click the ID to in-depth view of the information that has been posted. So if I click on the view all button, we can see some informations that have been posted. So if we selected the freight forwarder ID and while posting the inbound notification, we will see some of the information here, and we can also have a tracking ID, and we can also set this notification as well. Okay, so let's look at the line items. So this is the line item, and these are some of the information that belongs to the line item. So the delivery notification quantity is actually the quantity that you are expecting to be delivered from the supplier. Also, we have the document flow. So let's see what happens in the document flow. So here in the document flow, we have the delivery notification document. This is the standard view, and I'm going to extend the view. So in the extended view, we just see some of the other information that belongs to the document. So if there are any changes, you use the changes tab to see what has happened. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I'm not going to create a warehouse request. We're going to do that in the we are going to do that next. So I'm going to close, and here we just need to now create a warehouse request. document we have, I can just select the inbound logistics document that we can select the inbound logistic notification document and select the create warehouse request action button. So by selecting the create warehouse request document, automatically the system will post the warehouse request transaction. And this warehouse request, once it's created, is going to notify if there are any notification configuration that is being done in the system. It's going to automatically notify the warehouse operations about an inbound delivery that is coming in, or inbound logistics transaction that they need to process. Okay, so if we navigate now into the system, so you can see the status of the inbound delivery notification as received. That's because it's actually been received. So if it's been revised, then you can see the information as advised. So those are the two very important. And the delivery type is actually a supplier delivery. But if it's actually a customer return, you confirm the delivery type as a customer return, or if it's a stock transfer, I will see that as the stock transfer type. So probably in another episode, we are going to cover the intra stock transfer and inter-stock transfer, intercompany stock transfer in the system, probably in the next episode or another episode. We're going to see how this is done in other episodes, but maybe in the next episode, we're going to see how invoice is being processed and how what happens to some purchase order documents and why are they not being processed or converted to invoice in the next episode or in another episode. Okay, so let's click on this to see what has happened so far. So if we click the view button, which I love to do, I can go to the document flow. So from the document flow, I can go to the extended view, and you can see here we now have a warehouse order that is being created. So we have the inbound delivery notification, uh, warehouse request. Just by clicking the create warehouse request document, and we have inbound delivery, and we need to in the next demo, I mean, we need to confirm the put away task uh, as the next transaction we're going to work with. So this task is actually going to be concluded by the warehouse operator or the warehouse operation team. So you can, if you notice, we have an inbound delivery document that's been posted, but this document has not started. What this means is an inbound delivery is actually being going to be processed next, because we already notify the warehouse operations that there is an inbound delivery that needs to happen. But all they need to do is to confirm the put away of this delivery that is going to be that mean the items that are going to be delivered. So they need to confirm which storage location they are storing this item. If there is a need for inspection, they need to maybe put the item in a storage location where the inspection team can have access to, or if there is a batching or relabeling of the item, they can do all this stuff using the warehouse task confirmation. Okay, so please, it's very important to track the status of some of these documents using the document flow for this most of your transactions. It can also be for your invoice transaction or your payable transactions. Okay, so um, this is actually the document flow for the item. You can see we have, after the warehouse request document is posted, a warehouse order document was posted and released. an inbound delivery document was actually posted and the status is actually not started. And we have a warehouse task for put-away transaction that has not started as well. So let's quickly confirm the warehouse task and see how this transaction is going to be completed. So I'm going to close this, and in the inbound logistic work center, we navigate to the task control. So from the tasks control, we can use the action button to complete the task. So the task we are going to be working on currently is actually the 1081 task, which was created in the system. So you can also see some other tasks uh, by using the drill down button. So you can see all warehouse tasks by selection, all warehouse tasks in process, warehouse tasks by registration, and other information. So if we click on all warehouse tasks by selection, so we can see some of the previous tasks that are being posted in the system. So the one we are going to be working with is the 101081, and you can also confirm the status of some of these tasks. Okay, so some are finished while some are not finished. So here we're just going to, if we want to redispatch this task, we can redispatch it to to another uh, responsible person. We can also move the task uh, by selecting on the task. We can assign somebody responsible. Probably we want to assign this task to someone who is going to be responsible for completing this task. And we can confirm the task to confirm the put away task for this item that are going to be delivered, or we can confirm as planned. So if you click on confirm as planned, automatically the system is going to confirm uh, the delivery and maybe all the documents that, all the fields that have been posted, like the quantity that has been notified, or the delivery quantity are going to be automatically confirmed. The storage location is going to be automatically confirmed, and so on. And we can also perform labeling for the put away task. So what we're going to do is to click on the confirm button to have a broader view of what is going on in the system. Okay, so here we can split the quantities for any of the item, and we can see some of the information that is relevant to each of the items here, like from the general information for each of these items, we have some of the information like the planned quantity and the open quantity. So the planned quantity is quantity that you are expecting to be delivered, and the open quantity is quantity that you are expecting to receive. So and the actual quantity you receive. So it's very important that when you are receiving, you actually receive based on what the supplier delivered, because some suppliers might decide, oh, you ordered for probably 10 quantity and maybe they delivered 8 quantity. So it is important that you record what you actually received from the supplier, and uh, make sure that you receive it based on the agreement you have with your suppliers, so that when you are processing the transaction in the future, it will be easier for the system to track what has been received. So, because if the customer delivered 8 and you confirm the delivery of 10, the system will just close the document as the transaction has completed, and you might not be able to make changes to the document. Although there are scenarios where you can undo what has been received and so on and so forth. Okay, so here we're going to uh, use the just enter all the information accordingly. We there's a open quantity of 10, and we're actually confirming the delivery of 10. So here we already selected the proposed quantity. So I'm going to expatiate on the split delivery more. So if we click on the split quantities, we can use this to split the quantities that are here to be delivered in. It can be in different uh, storage locations. So you can split delivery, or you can use the delivery for identified stock, probably stock that you want to confirm their inspection, or you want to just block them from being used for usage, or you want to block them, or you want to use them, identify them for other reasons that is peculiar to your scenario. Okay, so I have an error here. Let's split this. So here you can see it's now been splitted. The same item, because I have the initial quantity, I mean the actual quantity of 7, and I can split this as 3, and I can change the target location for the second item here by choosing another location that is relevant to that. So you can do that with some of your uh, delivery operations. So you can see here in the line item we have line 1 and the confirmation 1. Okay, so I'm just going to post this document as it is, and let's see what happens after I click on the save. So before we use the save button, I want us to look at the stock overview to analyze what we have already in the system. So the stock overview document, which was covered in the previous episode, is actually to see the stock flow, or the report of what you have in the system currently as a stock. Okay, so I'm going to search for the 3 items. Okay, so in the stock overview, I can search by the product ID, the product description, the logistic unit, or the product group, which I'm going to use. So let's confirm the product group some of our item belongs to. I mean, all these items, which product group they belong to. I'm just going to double click on one of the items. And if we look closely, the product group is training material. And I believe we selected training material for all the 3 HP items in the past episode. Okay, so I'm going to select the product group for training material, which is this 160. And if I click on the go button, okay, we have HP, just one item. Okay, so this was the item we confirmed in the past episode, where we posted the goods receipt for purchase order in the past episode. Okay, so we've not been able to receive an item, I mean quantity for any of the item before. So that's why the system is not bringing out the information. So let's confirm the put away and see what happens to the all the items. So HP 01, 02, and 03. So if I click on save, so remember, okay, we encountered the error in the while we were working with the goods received for PO in the past episode. So for the second and third item, we need to add the valuation. So I'm going to quickly do that. So in case you are faced with this error, so this is a way you can fix the error. So you just go to the valuation tab, and you need to click on add row. In the add row, you need to select the company of residence company, which is in our case is Amica, and you need to set the business resident. So the business resident is the logistics. So here, all we need to do is to choose an account determination group, and I'm going to click select the trade goods. And after doing that, we can now activate the valuation. So the system is going to post the document. So you can also select the costing method for the document. So I'm going to select the moving average. And you can also edit the cost for the set of books, which are either GAAP or IFRS. So if you have a costing method for it, you can select the costing type, the costing type can be here, the cost and so on. So this is for finance operation, and we're not going to do that. So I'm going to save for this, and I'll pause the video and do the same for the other item. Okay, so I've done that for the two items. So now um, I need to refresh the transaction and repost it. So when I click on close and save, the system is actually prompting me to close and try again. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to repost the transaction by clicking the confirm button. So here I can select initial and split the quantity like we did. And for the other two items, I'm just going to propose the same quantity. And for the third item, propose logistics area. So after doing this, we're cool with all the information that we have here. I'm just going to click on save. So let's see what happens. So it's saving now, and voila, the tax has been confirmed. So before posting the transaction, if there is a need for you to post the barcode, or you can have your own barcode, internal barcode or external barcode, you can do that. You can also assign labels or create a new label for the delivery. This is important if you perform what you call relabeling of your items and stuff like that. So you can do that by using the labeling. So you can assign new labels, just the same thing I did just now. You can uh, choose the label type on specific content, uniform content, or serialized product. Okay, I'm not going to save this. All right, so the transaction is now confirmed. So let's go back to our stock overview. I'm going to close, and if we go back to the stock overview and let's click on the go button, the same category has been selected. You can now see that we now have 11 on hand stock, the status of all the items we received. So the first item, which previously has a quantity, now has 11 quantity, and the other two items are confirmed as 10 and 10 quantity. All right, so this will mean the end of this episode. Uh, if this video has helped you in any way or has improved your skills, please like and share the video. And we appreciate if you click on the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. This will uh, uh, help us to improve on uh, producing more videos. It shows that yes, you truly appreciate what we're doing and how much we've been able to help you. And if you have a question, or you want us to help you with any of your issues with maybe a document or a transaction, or you need to broaden your knowledge in SAP, you can shoot your questions or comments in the comment section. We'll be happy to take any comments you have. And also, we appreciate if you can reach out in any way possible. Thank you for watching and do enjoy your day. Bye for now.